Growing up as a kid, as long as I can ever remember, we've always had domestic violence in our family. There was never any peace or calm in our house. I never slept a night through. My mom, at a very, very young age, taught me how to call the police department in case she needed help. And I called every single day. The dispatcher knew my name. I'd never had to say it. It was overwhelming, the emotions of being fearful, mentally manipulated, knowing that you were going to get hit and not being able to know what to do about it.
CORA's mission is to ensure that those who feel isolated know that help's available, that they're not alone, that the abuse is not their fault. We're here to make sure that people that are victims of domestic violence and their children have a chance not just in the present to secure safety and support and healing, but be able to have hope about a different kind of future for themselves.
There's a misconception on the part of the community as to who victims of domestic violence are. Very often they think of them as the poor or perhaps some ethnic race that experiences this. And what I found in my career as a law enforcement officer and here as an advocate for victims is it runs the gamut from the very rich to the very poor. It has no boundaries faith community-wise. It has no boundaries as it relates to the social status of individuals.
CORA was amazing. Not only did they obtain a restraining order for us, but they taught us that we could accomplish anything as long as we put our mind to it. And our dad was no longer able to abuse us. He had no longer had that power. He no longer could create that fear. And it was a sense of calm for us. They gave us confidence and the ability to sleep an entire night. That was the best thing ever. And they were constantly in our lives, making sure that we were on the right path.
CORA has really reminded the community that another path is possible. People feel safe when they feel like they have resources and support and life outside of whatever they're experiencing in the moment. And so CORA in some way is that door, or it's that key that is a way of reminding someone, go do it, go get what you want. And I think that that's the light, that's the empowerment.
I don't believe that it's easy for people who are in a domestic violence situation to come and ask for help. What we try to do is craft our treatment plans with our clients based on where they are, where they want to go, and what makes sense to them. It's really an honor to be let into someone's life in order to help them achieve the goals that they want, help them get through a difficult situation.
CORA made a huge impact on my life. I lacked the self-confidence, I had it now. They made me feel empowered. I was no longer that little girl where I felt unsafe. The word no was not in my vocabulary. Nothing was impossible. I could accomplish anything in life. I was now doing homework. I had a job, all the things that my dad said I couldn't do. I was playing sports. I was the team captain of all my teams. And I signed up to be a police explorer so that I could be among those people that were protecting me. Now I was learning from them.
We're a lifeline to folks who would otherwise consider themselves invisible in a world that can often be just filled with horrors in a place where you would expect to be safe. And what's satisfying is having the opportunity to take a human being who has fallen into a web that they never saw coming and be able to provide them with a path out. It's really the stuff of miracles, you know? It's really the stuff of miracles.
I'm extremely grateful for CORA. It changed our whole entire family's life, and I wouldn't be as successful as I am today. So it's important for me to give back. I always wanted to be a police officer. And then in 1989, sure enough, Foster City Police Department hired me, and I've been there for 25 years. I am the first person that responds to a domestic violence call. So as officers, we connect CORA with the survivor. It feels good to be part of CORA in that way, to be able to help someone and get them on the right track so that they can be as successful as I was and no longer be in fear, no longer be in pain, and be happy.